My passion for cars started early, back in my youth in Duncan, Oklahoma. One of my favorite childhood memories was trying to take apart my Tonka truck. It had a solid steel construction, and no matter how hard I tried, I just couldn't get it to come apart. That early fascination with mechanics carried through my entire life. Growing up, cars and garages were a constant presence. My father worked as an auto mechanic, and my stepfather repaired cars right out of our garage at home. Even my grandfather was an auto painter. By the time I was in middle and high school, I was already working in my stepdad's garage, learning how to repair almost every part of a vehicle. At the time, I probably didn't fully appreciate the experience, often feeling like it cramped my style, but those years laid the foundation for my lifelong love of automobiles. Although I pursued a career in aviation, eventually becoming an engineer, inventor, and later president of Airborne Express, my passion for cars never left me. My success in aviation allowed me to begin collecting classic cars, memorabilia, and antiques. My collection brings back memories of the past, and I've always been drawn to things that evoke a sense of history. That same passion has earned me the nickname, Mr. Eclectic, in several auto publications, a title that I hold with pride. When people ask me, what's your favorite car in the collection? I always struggle to choose. I don't have a single favorite. Every car I've acquired has its own special story. Some stand out for their uniqueness, others for their oddities, power, or artistic lines. But what I appreciate most is the history each car represents. Few realize that from the early 1900s, over 2,600 automobile manufacturers have existed, each contributing to the rich heritage of the automotive world. One of my most memorable experiences was giving a friend a ride in my 1938 presidential limousine. She was in tears as we drove it back from a show, recalling how, as a 12-year-old, she had watched President Roosevelt ride in that very car during a parade in Youngstown, Ohio. That kind of connection to history is what makes collecting these cars so special to me. Then there was the time I bought the 1909 Ford that won the first American race. A young man approached me and said, "My grandfather drove that car in the race, and he wrote a book about it." He handed me the book and said, "This book belongs with the car." Moments like that make me proud of the cars I've collected over the years. They carry stories that are far bigger than just the vehicles themselves. My 1906 Stanley Model X Runabout was a classic example of the range of automobiles in my collection. At Ormond Beach in 1906, Fred Marriott drove the streamlined Stanley Rocket Racer to an unbelievable 127 miles an hour, thereby securing the world's land speed record, a mark that still stands for steam. As the owner of the 1931 Rolls-Royce Phantom II Merlin, I've had the privilege of experiencing a truly exceptional piece of automotive history. When I first saw this car, I was immediately captivated by its unique features and the aura of luxury it exuded. The Merlin engine, a powerhouse originally designed for military aircraft, combined with the Gurney Nutting-inspired body, set it apart from any other car of its era. The Merlin engine, the final design by Henry Royce, was a marvel of engineering. Initially intended for military aircraft, its power and reliability made it a crucial component of the Allied war effort. Adapting it for automotive use was a bold and ambitious undertaking, resulting in a truly extraordinary vehicle. Driving this car is an unforgettable experience. The engine roars to life with a powerful rumble, and the acceleration is smooth and effortless. It's a testament to the incredible engineering that went into its creation. Owning a 1931 Rolls-Royce Phantom II Merlin is more than just owning a car. It's a connection to automotive history, a piece of art, and a symbol of luxury and power. This Phantom II is a unique automobile, as there are few comparable examples in existence. In fact, aside from the one in Jay Leno's collection, I believe this is the only other 1931 Rolls-Royce Phantom II Merlin with a Merlin I engine. While the 6-cylinder Silver Ghost was once considered the pinnacle of automotive luxury, this 1,100 horsepower V12 Phantom II would have redefined the standards of performance and power. A look inside my rare 1965 Cutaway Corvette. This beauty right here isn't your average Corvette. Back in 1965, it was designed to be a showstopper at the Autorama, giving everyone a peek at the latest advancements: the all-new 4-wheel disc brakes and the independent rear suspension. They even subtly restyled the grille and rocker panels that year, making it a true head-turner. Back then, you could snag a base Corvette for around $5,000, can you believe it? The interesting part of this car's story comes after the Autorama. Somehow, it ended up all the way in Johannesburg, South Africa. It stayed there for over 30 years after it was donated to an engineering school, where it likely served as a teaching tool before being put aside. Now, here's where things get interesting. GM did a fantastic job making this car a true showpiece. They painted the frame and suspension components in contrasting colors, really making everything pop. GM's cosmetic modifications to the cutaway Corvette, such as the contrasting colors on the frame and suspension components, add a unique visual appeal. The use of plexiglass to replace some covers allows for a fascinating view of the inner workings, including the timing chain, camshaft, and valves. Notice the plexiglass covers on the transmission revealing the gears and flywheel that actually turn. Even the tires were special. They look like regular factory rubber, but take a closer look, they have white walls on both sides. Perfect for a display car, wouldn't you say? Al Wiseman of Classic Corvettes and Collectibles, Inc. together with Jim and Chris Brand of Brands Restorations, Inc. have joined together to form Classic Car Restoration and Service Center, Incorporated. Our shops occupy 2 city blocks with a 1930s-style replica gas station out front, located in downtown Tarpon Springs on Pinellas Avenue, otherwise known as Alternate 19. It's hard to miss us. This facility is truly state-of-the-art. We believe that with the best equipment and the finest staff we can perform the highest quality work available anywhere. Everything we do from mechanical, paint, body, glass and interior is all done on site with our own employees. Your car never leaves our care. The service department can fix anything. We have the latest in electronic diagnostic tools for the newer cars and trucks. Our seasoned mechanics have the old-fashioned seat of the pants experience fourth vintage vehicles. We don't have to go far for parts. We have an on-site parts division. If we don't stock it, we know who does. If it is not available, we can probably build it. The restoration shop is for the enthusiast. Full frame off museum or show quality work is done here. We can sand-blast frames, prime and paint and reassemble to exacting standards. Cars range from 1900s to 2000, almost a whole century of history under our roofs. We have a vast selection of gas station collectibles and other assorted antique auto-related items. Most available for purchase. Remember, we repair antique, classic and new vehicles. We look forward to seeing you.